shorty for you, punk. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics.
Hit you with the punk tactics.
Hit you with the hard punk tactics. Bankrolls come straight for the assets. No games, no throw, won't pass it. Pick you up, spit you out like Jurassic. Oh, known for the rigmarole, we kick pros. Stub toes, I suppose you might know. Hit the block, then you flock. Time's up, now you're about to get clocked. Aye. Spicy like pepper, 1-2 stepper. Laid back, motivated, money go getter. Never felt better, write me love letters. Shooting up the spike chain, Megadeth tether. Get over here like Scorpion. Put you to sleep, cold Vulcan. Should I assist you, or do you get the picture? If you don't budge, I'm gonna have to hit ya. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics.
Hit you with the punk tactics.
Yo, the lace is loose and fist tight. I never lose a fist fight. Sun up and up all night. If I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it right. A to the R to the A to the E. F what you think, I'ma stay G. H is for hot, cause that's what I be. IJK, I'm cold like Slurpee. Ooh, goddamn, I drop bombs. I was born with the brains in the pond. I am the king, and you're just a pawn. Who's got the high ground now, Obi-Wan? Alphabet rhymes like chicken noodle soup. Two-door beamer, pick you up in the coop. Shooting for the hoop, Gigi on the loose. Shark mentality like my name Bruce.
Hit you with the punk tactics. Hit you with the punk tactics. Hit you with the punk tactics.
Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics.
Hit you with the punk tactics.
Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics. Hit ya with the punk tactics.
Hit you with the punk tactics.
Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Not I made you go. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen. Oh no, it's me back up in this shit again. Thought you was coming, but you been hiding behind all them friends. Little niggas wanna play with me, little chicks wanna play for free. Wanna pass, then get played for free. I'ma pass cause they already know that I'm good when I say I be. Nah, but you never know, wanna play with me. Always smiling in your face with the fakery. You wanna talk about the last, but don't play with me. I'm real, you shit you tryna say to me. You tryna stay with me. I'ma call like I see it, then believe it, cause you're not who y'all claim to be. Recouping all my investments, I don't play for free. Said I was weak and I was stressed, but wanna lay with V. Please. How you gon' come for me? Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Not I made you go. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen. Who knows? How you gon' come for me? Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Not I made you go. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen. Motherfuckers when they run their mouth, got a lot to say when I'm not around. Soon as I pop out, they all hush hush like the cricket sound. They demeanor so blatant, can tell that they hating. Wanna see me fall, well too bad, I be waiting. I come from a place you have yet to see. Fuck around and turn boss on they flex on me. I don't wish no bad on my enemies, but cross the line and it's 113. Slicing heads like a horror scene, murking them Jason. Each time I go hard, it's to offset the hate. Who slimy, they slither, ain't no hands to shake. Your applause, your respect, I'ma take. I'm far from a rookie, they trolling, they looking, feeling froggy. No, I'm a killer, don't push me. How you gon' come for me? Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Not I made you go. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen. Everyone's a boss, everyone's in charge. Everyone got stacks upon stacks of them green and golden balls. Placed neatly in the back of their closet, stacked up they face up walls. Be around the prettiest bitches you seen and you'd ever call. Yeah, can't pay for features or models, can't even pay for cars. Wanna talk about running the city, but can't even run the malls. Paying with these checks with their mouths, they asses steady taking falls. Kept the up and ducking till V connected in they balls. Now I'm speaking crying and whining, got me here taking pause. Make me get a non-disclosure for interacting with every clause. I'm the #1 also with these nice niggas, they playing dogs. My moves stay like years ahead, your moves have been work hard. Try to be a better me. Niggas begging for an applause. Thinking I'm weak and forgetting I'm holding all these cards. With these receipts and not one of your bitches half as hard. No capping needed, the truth's revealed here in all this time. How you gon' come for me? Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Nah, I made you gone. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen. Who knows? How you gon' come for me? Stay at the top of my game, can't fuck with me. You know, when it comes to the game, we don't move the same. I'm who you wanna be. I go hard each and every day, never miss a beat. Nah, I made you gone. Regret the day you ever stepped to me, better respect the queen.
Flame made that beat. I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches they hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, it was easy. If only I made it, keep this shit on repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out. These hoes, they know I'm on, it's my show. I know I'm better, Gucci sweater, Louis V, my bros. I chose this road, cause I know I'm cold. I'm on a level you can't handle, you can't steal this flow. I swear I want people to feel me, but I don't care if they don't, cause this is the real me. How can I give up? It's not enough to make them stop what I'm saying. And I gotta hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
See, I'm really getting tired of you. Wanna do everything but tell the truth. They be sleeping on me really when I'm in the booth. Sensational, yes, tasteful, insatiable. My name, baby. Come on, girl, let me drive you crazy. Done fighting, I wanna go tonight. So what's up tonight? I'm all dressed in white. I don't snort the white, but we can blow the green. Reconcile the new money team. Sophisticated, so it may look mean. I'm all about my cream and trying to chase my dream. God got me, so I'll never stop. Keep it real, never turn and pop. Ambitious mind like I'm pimple pop. Longest Cam got us, we'll never flop.
Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
Notorious, we notorious. Yeah, we notorious. Yeah, we some warriors. Out here feeling glorious. Yeah, we notorious. We so glorious. We some warriors.
M-Dog, you know that I'm the general. Way too sick, need some vitamins and minerals. Wanted like a criminal, matching all these syllables. Mob Bob shit, leading all these individuals. Pitiful, disgraceful, and all around despicable. Wave the white flag, one nation indivisible. Sodom and Gomorrah, all the things I see is biblical. Water against fire, every hit I do is critical. Motherfucker, fuck your couch, and I keep talking to the cat like his name is Meow. Then all you bird ass bitches go ahead, fly south. I heard you keep saying my name, keep my dick out your mouth. My nigga, we formed a collective, I sworn to protect it and keep it inspected. You gotta respect it, we got the flow. Don't stop till I catch it, my soul never resting while you get played like the baby grand piano. Whoa.
Notorious, we notorious. Yeah, we notorious. Notorious.
Naturally never negative. Nickname us a nuisance. Nigga, you're negligent and need a new nature. Nicer than new neighbors from night to the noon. We never notice the naysayers. We thinking of a master plan. Taking time and we never rush hours like Jackie Chan. They say patience a virtue. Wait with no curfew. Just like a baby born late from the birth due. Haters wanna give shade, throwing dirt too. But I ain't never have a stain on my church shoes. You go into a different lane and they swerve you. That's why I'm higher than a plane getting bird flu. My name universal, etched in stone. I rose the bar, I set the tone. I go so hard, my flesh and bone. Adamantium cover, yeah, we the X-Men. On the last stand with my brothers.
Don't know how to start, so let me talk about the realest shit. Music, fitness, training, audit, nigga, I've been doing this. Working with the bankers, LLC, and what I'm moving, bitch. Dropped a couple bangers doing business, cause I'm too legit. 2023, I set the plans and picked my newest legs. 2024, I'm buckling down and yeah, I'm proving shit. Elevation with relations, niggas I'm congruent with. Undivided, indecisive time and how I'm doing it. No slave to no system, that's the Constitution. Irony in hindsight at that execution. So smooth with the pen, how I make illusions. Hits different KO, I just make improvements. Double jab, uppercut, and the left to hook 'em. You should tell fight promoters that they ought to book 'em. So much passion in the flames once I got him cooking. Just different hit, bustin' bitch, gushing shit, fucking hip thrusting how I'm treating the beat.
Notorious. Notorious.
I've been orchestrating orbits, aligning the stars, hear them singing in chorus. The name is notorious, feeling like I'm Morpheus, trying to free your mind of poetry in my rhymes, send a shiver down your spine. Now the outside is focused on our shine like we flipped the light switch. Pen and bars, picture perfect, no Picasso type shit. Concocting plots of a come up novice, but hot as summer. We knew from the jump the first album wasn't enough, so we bag spitting acidic, a class of degenerates, moving like veterans when we're surrounded by you vegetables. You ain't on my level, check the pedestal. You're settling on reaching to the top for a clean spot, that's Rasheed Wallace. Need to feed my pockets like a fax machine, checking mental faculties if you didn't know the team went. Get you itching like some fiends for a dope flow, so we became what the people need.
Notorious, we notorious. Yeah, we notorious. Yeah, we some warriors. Out here feeling glorious. Yeah, we notorious. Oh, we so glorious. We some warriors.
Check it out. No play. Blue Baroque. Got it. Long time ago, the soul is gone up. Yeah.
Top Shagger, Mick Jagger, Birds drawn on me rockstar swagger. Rules begging me to clap their cheeks, but I'ma walk on by cause I'm way too dapper.
I walk firm like a big brick, shit ass. Your man shit bricks when I whip that stick at. It's the sunset and they cut that shit out. Or I'ma dig a hole in the ground, you can feel that.
Pick another fella, you don't want to smoke. I windmill, double fist, and I drop you both. A black belt, I can scrap cause I know.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel, a knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit cause I got my own now. I get hard, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I ain't fun, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm your neighbor from just down the street. I also ride a motorcycle, so please check twice. Save a life. Motorcycles are everywhere.
For more information on sharing the road, visit mass.gov/RMV.
I know what you're thinking. Is this the booth, drafting the circuits, three-way theater, or the Kevin Jackson show? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kinda lost track myself here on Hoobazoo.com. So, do you feel lucky, punk?
The movie, music, news, television promos, trailers and videos used in this production are protected by the Fair Use Act. Section 107 of the Copyright Act. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for, or value of, the copyrighted work.
The truth is, these kids need discipline. You know, I really believe they want to be pushed to their limit. And then good stuff happens.
Harmon! Harmon!
What the hell?
Okay, make way. Clear out. This is heat exhaustion. I'm gonna cool down his core. Take his pants off.
Hey, you really don't need to film this, all right?
Where are you gonna put that rod? Hold his leg up. Stand back.
What do you... Oh, oh, oh!
Oh, God!
Hey, I said don't film this. Get away from me. Move out of the way.
You'll be all right, son. In good hands. Is everything okay? Are you all right?
Am I gonna What? Whoa!
Okay, we got another one. Take his pants off. I'm gonna have to cool down his car.
Hey, he looks pretty bad. You might want to use 2 of those.
Gotcha. Back away.
You're filming this, right?
No, this is bad. Don't
Lucky bastard.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is the proof.
Broadcasting from the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, with your host, Keith Sinista1 Hayes.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something
Already. It's your boy Sinista1 broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth, and my first guest is already up here with me. And let me get into my sponsors and supporters. I got to thank those who tuned into the show last week. Last week I didn't have a guest. It was a solo show. And let's see here. We've got some new stuff to announce. I got to thank one of my supporters and sponsors, Michael Douglas Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you need a controller, Xbox controller to get fixed, send it out to him. You're back to game in 24, 48 hours. Viana Marie, that's my artist. 494,000 streams available now. Her music everywhere. Tactical target systems. Those zombie targets that you see me with when I'm at the range. The life-size giant zombie targets. I Love Boston Sports. Black-owned business, Marlon Williams down there at South Shore Plaza. Make sure to go visit him and check him out. Kimberly Ann, Empowerment Photography. Ladies, if you want to take some pictures that you never thought you would take, reach out to Kimberly Ann, Empowerment Photography. And then another black-owned business, Underwatch Protective Services, Daryl Smith. If you need any type of armed security, reach out to Underwatch Protective Services. And then my guy, Call Larry, he does work around the house for people. Handyman Services, 774-826-6549. And before we get into the news booth, I'm going to get right into my interview with my first guest. You've seen her on the show before. And she has now been sitting as the District 2 Governor Counsel. Tamisha Civil is back on the show. How's it going, Tamisha?
It's going great. First, I want to say thank you for always giving me an opportunity to talk to your platform. And just thank you because you're always sharing about what's going on in our district and in Brockton. And I commend you for that because sometimes it can be discouraging when you don't get the support that you need. But I just want to thank you that you've always been advocating for the city of Brockton and all other towns that you interact with. So I just want to personally thank you for that.
No, thank you. You know, in Brockton, we've had a lot of stuff going on in this city, from the school budget. We've had a lot of misinformation out there. We've had, crime and misinformation with certain data. So I try to keep people straight. I go back and forth, as everybody sees, with Richard Ripley, the Bat Bus guy. I'm going to actually try to get him on here to try to clear some things up with him before he shows up on June 6th to the Moses Rodriguez event and gets himself arrested. But it's a whole nother story. Yeah. But Tamisha, you've been in this seat. It was a tough battle for you. You had to grind hard, and you got in there, and now you're ready to throw this kickoff campaign. So let's talk about your first chapter in this seat. Some of the big points you want to bring up and some of the things that you felt that once you got in there and once you started seeing stuff, it kind of needed to be changed.
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to thank everyone's support who helped me get into this seat in our governor's council. If it wasn't for your vote, I wouldn't have been there, but I am so grateful. I am running for re-election for this upcoming election, which is the general election, November 3rd. I don't have a Democratic opponent, but I do have a Republican opponent. And we want to make sure everyone comes out because we see what this administration is doing. However, since being elected, I have been able to interact with so many people within the community, educating them on governor's council, some still not understanding or knowing what we do. But it's one of the powerfulest positions that you can ever run for. I'm in a district where I govern 37 towns and city, and I make sure that I have interaction with at least all of my districts and just letting them know that I'm here if they have any questions, if they want to visit me at the State House and sit in one of the hearings, they can definitely do that by contacting me at tamisha.civil@mass.gov, which is my email. But what I've learned is that how many opportunities you have to connect with individuals and the nominees, knowing who they are, knowing what they do in the community, and why they want to seek either to be a judge or parole board member, clerk, magistrates, we want to make sure, well, I want to make sure that those that I'm putting in a position of power and a lifetime position, that they emulate what the community is looking for and they have a connection of the community. I'm looking for a sense of balance. I want to know your education, your profession, what volunteerism that you have done in the community. What makes you a great candidate out of all the people who are applying to become into this position, such as judgeship, parole board member, clerk magistrate, appellate court member. So it's very important for me, and I learned that the more you reach out, the more that you're able to do for your community. And being in a leadership position, not you're not always going to please everyone, but sometimes you have to take a stand and do what's beneficial to everyone in the town. And I can say one of the things that I've learned is that even if anyone is in opposition of a nominee that is going to either be on the parole board or be becoming a judge, even though you may disagree with them, always reach out and talk to them. Get their sense of viewpoint. Understand where they're coming from. Giving them that respect. I truly believe everyone deserves that respect where you need to communicate with them when they reach out to you. And that's what I've been doing, making sure that people are aware what's going on the council, who's being nominated. And if you're unhappy with this particular nomination, let's have a conversation. Let's agree to disagree, because what we don't want to do is have a discord in our community where we can just have conversations and making sure that we can meet in the middle. And that's what I've learned on the council, and I'm continuing to learn. I said my first term, I would mostly observe what's going around me, having conversation with my colleagues, getting a sense of understanding about what the council is most effective and how I can get people in our district to be more aware of what we do.
And real quick, I know this is your second or third time on. Just tell people real quick why you put in for this position, because this was a personal thing.
Right. I wanted to become a governor's counselor because, one, my educational background, I got a master's degree in criminal justice and leadership from Northeastern. I was a probation officer right in the heart of Stoughton, Massachusetts, where all my clients would come from nearby surrounding town, Avon, Brockton. I had a community sense of what people are looking for and how they feel when they interact with judges. Even myself sitting 8 hours a day in a courtroom, that gives you a sense of understanding where and what needs to be done to make effective change when it comes to criminal justice reform. Lastly was my cousin. My cousin was wrongfully convicted of murder, spent 27 years in prison in the city of Boston, and was exonerated from all his charges in 2021. We still have people that are impacted by this. We still have people who are suffering, have family member, loved ones, and we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to have a voice. And to be clear, my activism for criminal justice reform, no matter how I may vote for a particular nominee, I will still advocate for victims. I will still advocate for criminal justice reform. I actually went to MCI Shirley about a month ago to talk to inmates, those who have been incarcerated and have life sentence, just being present at a time of a crime, which is called joint venture. So that is something some of the legislators are working on, and I'm in support. If you were an accessory to a crime, I don't believe, depending on your age, what happened, I don't believe that your life should be behind bars for the rest of your life, even if you were not the one who committed the crime. If you weren't committed the crime, there should be an opportunity for rehabilitation so that you may understand the effects that you've caused to the families, but also how you can correct that change. And, being in prison costs a lot of money. So there are a lot of people that should be able to have an opportunity for a fair parole hearing. And I want to make sure that happens based on who we nominate on the parole board, but also understanding that mental health is a key component and that we need to make sure we have a sense of having programs available for them before and after, to make sure what happened in Cambridge doesn't happen again, because we do have, we do have an innocent victim that was shot in the head. And my prayers goes out to a family. I will be having a hearing tomorrow to be voting on a nominee by the name of Vince Demore. Honestly, I'm being candid and transparent with everyone, and I think transparency is important. I will be voting for him because he brings that balance. He used to be a prosecutor and he's a defense attorney. I never saw myself as a law enforcement. I saw myself working from the district attorney's office as a victim witness advocate and a probation officer to bridge the gap between the two and how to educate our community where we can make effective change. And I feel I feel that he brings that balance as a prosecutor, because if anyone knows, a prosecutor will either they work for the government, they hear cases that are victims that are impacted by, but they also, if an offender or defendant commits a crime, there's an opportunity for that defendant to become a victim as well. So the criminal justice system is a revolving door. It is a revolving door. One minute you could be the defendant in the case, the next minute you could be a victim in the case. And having those understanding and the components of those two is really important, because you'll know when you're giving a disposition to a judge, what are some of the conditions that this person needs? What is this person is suffering, and how we can combat that, as well as giving justice to the victims. So there was a lot of opposition according to his nomination, over 400 signatures to oppose the nominee. But for me, I hear and I listen and I respect those who's in opposition. But the people who elected me in District 2 has given me a job to make sure that everyone is safe, but also being smart in the decisions that I make, which is bringing balance into the criminal justice system.
Tamisha, so on this show, and we're going to get into it right now because you brought up something I really want to talk about, because this story pissed me off, because I saw the story and I was like, whoa, this is a crazy story. I saw the live video, but then I got the behind the scenes story, and this is why I tell people, do your homework. I'm always telling people, do your homework. Facts matter. I always tell people that all the time if you follow me on Facebook.
Right.
And the first thing I saw was people weaponizing this story of the Cambridge shooter. People were making it racial. People were making it this. People were making it that.
Right.
And one of the things, I'm involved with a black men's group every Thursday night. We talk in a Zoom, black men from around the country. Some of these people have celebrity status. And on this show, one of the things that I have talked about in the black community that we don't talk about but exist is suicide by cop in black men. When black men commit suicide, they don't overdose, they don't take pills, the majority of black men who commit suicide, they choose suicide by cop. This is a fact. This is a known statistic. This statistic also goes up when black men feel slighted or they see abuses of cops and things of that such. So this is a real deal. And I brought that up on people, and people automatically come out and attack me. And then you hear this gentleman's background. PTSD. He has all these mental health problems. Not only did he have mental health problems, this gentleman called for help. He called his parole officer. He called his sister. He called his brother. He called everybody because he knew something was not right. The cops were already looking for him to try to stop whatever was going to happen. And this happened. Thank God nobody was killed. Nobody has died.
Right.
But again, people, let's stop trying to weaponize this. This man is somebody who needed help. This is a man, yes, he shot at cops back in 2022, but we don't know what that was about. That could have been another suicide by cop situation. So we can't, and you can't use that against that man. My post on him was, I felt like the judicial system and the mental health system had failed him. We wouldn't be at that. But my main question to you is that and I feel like people need to start answering for this. A guy with those mental health issues and PTSD, how did he get that firearm? I want to know who put that firearm in his hand, because I feel like that's the person who really needs to answer, because he couldn't have bought it because he has a mental health record. So who gave it to him? And that person, because I always feel like in these situations, those are the people that really need to really get, they got to get hammered. And I'll let you.
I think the first, and I agree with you 100%. I think the first thing we need to identify is where was he living, right? He had a parole officer. When was the last time they checked in with him and where he was living, verifying his environment? Where is he staying? Who's he staying with? So I feel like once the judicial system gets involved and they allow him to go out, they also give him the benefit of the doubt to do, not to coddle him, but to also give him an opportunity to try to live a normal life, but making sure that he's following these parole conditions and guidelines. So if it really falls back under supervision, when he was being supervised, when was the last time he was checked? Did they do a unsupervised visit? Did they monitor, his with his mental health professional and who he was attending with? Because I know when I was an associate probation officer, I was on it. I don't care who you were. I needed a monthly report. I needed to know who your mental health provider is. I would have a conversation with your mental health provider. And I want to know where you living and who you living with. Not to make you feel like you're a child, but to make sure that not only that I have a sense of responsibility, that I want you to be successful in your probation period, but I also have a responsibility to keep the community safe. And that's a reflection of me and the job that I do. If we cannot do our job appropriately, correctly, and safely, how are we going to do that for the community? And how we're going to make the justice system look fair? Because when you have incidents like that now that just happened, it's gonna kind of be hard for the next parolee who's looking to come out and who has been doing all these things that they're supposed to do. But because of an innocent bloodshed that happens, it kind of, we don't want this to happen. And as long as I'm on the council, I don't ever want this to happen. So that's why I'm very much looking for balance for this new nominee that's coming in, but also making sure that they bring a balance of having a defense attorney background, but also having a prosecutorial background as well, because they know the system in and out. So they would be able to identify if this person is capable of being released and what that looks like. But that doesn't stop me from advocating for those that should not be behind bars to be released. I truly believe that those who are incarcerated that should not be there needs to have a fair, appropriate hearing, and that they should be able to have someone advocating on their behalf so that we can see each of the steps of where we went wrong to correct it, but also giving this person an opportunity to live again. Because once your freedom is taken, there's nothing that can change the mental effects that you have gone through. So I hope I answered your question.
No, because
tomorrow
I feel
we will
like
be having a.
I feel like this gentleman might end up back in the system, but I think he might end up in a mental health system, hopefully, where he can get the treatment for whatever he's going through. So you said you have something going on tomorrow.
So
with
it
this?
sounds like there is a hearing that's going to happen. We're going to be on YouTube Live. It's an assembly where we're going to see if this new nominee for parole board will get enough votes to become on the parole board tomorrow.
Okay.
Not everyone is on board on the council, which is perfectly fine because each council have their own respected district. They have their own respected opinion, but we will continue to work with each other. But for me, the responsibility that I have to keep my district safe and to see certain communities, especially the urban communities, the marginalized communities get really affected.
Uh-oh. She froze. She froze. You froze. Let's see if we can get her back. Let me text her. she's coming back in. I think you're coming back in. Yep, you're back. We lost you. Oh, you're still breaking up. Oh, there we... Yeah, you're still breaking up. I want to get your sound back. At least we can hear. We can see you now. Go ahead and talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of broken up though. Kind of broken up. But we. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, and we were on a good roll here. We were on a good roll here. Let me do this. Let's see this. Talk again. Let me see. I think it's still breaking up. I can hear you, but you're kind of breaking up. But you can talk.
I mean, all right. It's just wonderful. It's just so wonderful to be in this role. I give it my all each and every day, and given the fact that I represent so many towns and cities, it's for me that I get someone who balance, that I get someone who understands what mental health is, and someone that understands that there are a lot of people that are behind bars that should not be there. They need to have a fair hearing, and to give them that opportunity. So I continue to look forward to completing this job and doing this job for many years.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on to me. Look, November 3rd, September 1st. And then, like I said, at the end of the show, I have my upcoming events. You'll see the flyer, everybody, for the upcoming kickoff event that's going to take place. There's actually a couple going on in this city. Yours is in Framingham. So I want to make sure we get that mention out there in my stuff. But real quick, how can everybody follow you and support you?
Say that again.
How can everybody support you or follow you?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. My email address is my first last name at mass.gov. If you email me, I'll respond. Send me friend requests. Send me your messages. I will respond as much as I can. And if you ever want to come to the State House, definitely let me know. We'll set up a time for you to come and we'll make it free.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I got Travis is going to be coming on here, but thank you for coming on and at the last minute this week. And good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. Take care. All right. Bye. That was Tamisha. And we're going to wait for...
Recording in progress.
All right, your boy Sinista1 back here in the booth, and actually Travis Partington is actually coming in. Let me get him, admit him in here. Travis is coming in here, and let's get Travis in. There he is, and I gotta actually fix the tag because Tamisha is gone, so I want to thank her for coming on the show with us. And I've got to get Travis's name in here in the tag and get this going. Travis, you there? Can you hear me? Oh, he's got to unmute.
Yes, I'm here.
There we go. All right, so we got Travis is on here with us, and let me just change this tag right here. So we got my guy's name correct, and he's hanging out with us today because in my news booth story, as you guys can see down there below, in the news booth, bam, there we go. A lot of production on the fly tonight. Some gremlins in the computer systems. And Travis has big effing news. He's just 8 shows out from episode 500. That's first and foremost I got to mention. 2, I gotta mention, Travis drops shows in Dropbox for me to produce. He never really tells me who he's interviewing. He never says what he's interviewing or what's going on. It's always kind of like, you know when somebody comes to your house and gives you an empty box and you're sitting there and you're like, in the movie 7, what's in the box? Well, Travis decides he's gonna drop a show, and it's funny because the shows weren't there, and I'm like, okay, Travis, the shows aren't there. You got to get the shows to me. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll get it to you. And then finally he gets it to me. I get the show. I produce the show. And it's the head of the effing VF. I'm like, what the? I dropped it. I'm like, what the F is come on now. And then this is why Travis is going to be where he is on set. This is exactly why. It doesn't matter to have millions of followers and fake numbers on your YouTube for your podcast. If the real people want you, they're going to find you, and they're going to... Travis, tell them, who'd you have on your show?
I had the Commander-in-Chief for the VFW, Carol Whitmore, the first woman VFW Commander-in-Chief, the first Iowan Commander-in-Chief, and it was an honor. It was like, okay, there's senior veterans in the United States. It doesn't get much more senior than a woman with 3 decades of service to our country, and then continued that when she got into the VFW.
Travis.
You're quite surprised. You're quite surprised. I will confirm, ladies and gentlemen, he was quite surprised.
I was like, because usually I see the pictures, I see the the screenshot of the file, and I see the lady, and then when we start, and he sends me, because Travis does a good job, he gives me the template that we created way back, and Travis has followed this template to do his show. He's made his little tweaks to make things easier and better. But then when you get into this, and I'm like, holy crap, this lady's the real, like 2026 for you, Travis, guest-wise, I have to say, you really lived up to counting down the 500 this year. You have just really killed it.
It's been something, man. It's been something, you know, you go in podcast groups on Facebook and other groups and, you know, other people in the veteran space, and you've got to do this, you got to do that, you got to, you know, get on this network and pay a sponsorship fee, or, you know, get a subscription to. And I keep trying to tell people it's about, you know, and I think you said it, but I'll say it again. You know, one thing I can say for us after 10 years is you and I relentlessly pursue improvement. You know, we might not be the biggest, you know, guy on the block, but we are the best guy on the block because we focus on improving what we do. We're never really happy with where we're at. And then you have that, and then, you know, you told the story several times where I was really, you know, learning how to do this. And, you know, my focus is still on the guest and their experience and what they do. And I think people see that. And, you know, I'm doing interviews for Military Creator Con, and the woman putting the interviews together is like, you know, you've really got this down. And it's one thing to hear it. I mean, not to say I don't listen to you. I do, Keith. I do listen to you. But it's one thing to hear it from you, but it's another thing to hear it from someone who doesn't know me at all and hasn't seen where I've come from and where I've gone. And then I think for both of us, we had to really, I'm still processing what Clarence Barnes told me in, you know, Cape Cod Community College. And I think, you know, based on what we're getting ready to talk about, it's really time to lean into that. Like, it's not, you know, Barbara Gale, you know, who follows you, comment, hey, this isn't a fluke. And you know what? You know, she's right. He's right. You're right. It's not a fluke. It's not a fad. Like, this is a thing, and it's really exciting.
And, you know, I sit here and I see it. I see all these other podcasts. I see podcasts getting kudos. Yet nobody's been on C-SPAN. Nobody has had some of the guests that you or I have had on this show. Tamisha Civil, who is the District 2 Governor Counsel, who was just on this show, and she's running for re-election. That's a solid person. That's somebody who comes on and she just said what she said, and I appreciate all that she said about the show and me. And, you know, sometimes people say some things at the right time, because there's things that we might be going through and you realize, okay, you know. But Travis drops me the email this morning and says, hey, saddle up. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. Like C-SPAN, once again, Memorial Day. And Travis, this one's going to be a hard one. I'm already predicting, because the last time Travis was on, this administration was kind of just getting in, and Travis did great. Travis answered his questions. He answered honestly, but I'm expecting, with the way things are going right now and with this recent breaking news, there's a lot of veterans who are divided. But Travis, are you ready for this one?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the same formula that I used from time one. I understand what's going to happen, and you know, I think it's why they keep having me back. It's one thing, as you know, to be on a panel. It's one thing to get on there and get interviewed about your show and what you do, but it's a whole different ball game to take questions from people you can't see live with like 5 seconds of prep time. You know, hey, this person's talking to you about, you know, jobs after, you know, service, and you've got to be able to connect real quick and you know, maintain your composure and be polite and remember what you've learned. And it's not easy. And I think that's one of the reasons they have me back on, because not everybody can do that.
And I got to say this right now. When you were on the last time, the one thing I noticed about Travis, the questions came. This was the first time that Travis was really hit with some questions. First of all, Travis, one, he kept his composure. He kept professional. He stayed professional, number one. Number two, he answered honestly. He didn't shy away from any answers. There was an answer. There was a question he was asked, and when Travis answered, I was like, holy shit. Travis just answered honestly like that? Like, you were like, you were torn over this Trump thing that you were asked, and you honestly was like, well, I don't agree. You didn't feel this, and I was like, whoa. And I think that's one of the reasons why they like you and got you back on, because when they put you on C-SPAN, again, you have to be able to professionally handle callers. If you didn't handle callers correctly and you were up there and you bullshit your way through and look like an idiot, you're not coming back on. You carry the show. When you're on there for your 45 minutes, you're able to carry that show. And I've said this before and I've said it again. Travis is being seen, and, you know, he's doing his hosting duties over at Abington, but this type of stuff is that leads into Travis possibly getting something on C-SPAN, maybe. Who knows? That means he's got to get backers, and he's got to get the support sponsors, blah, blah, blah. But again, people, this is a serious thing for me and Travis. The fact that you're on C-SPAN now, what's this, number 5?
This is 5 times. And you know, kind of like, you know, Barbara comments
on the resume.
Fluke.
Great on LinkedIn.
Like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's one thing to do it once, maybe even twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 5 times is no longer
a fluke. Nope.
It's not even a trend. Like, to your point, I mean, and you know, I don't take the victory lap enough, we've been told, but you gotta think this is because they know what they're getting, and I've done it right. And I don't see, people understand, you don't see anybody when you're in this session. You're looking at the C-SPAN logo on my screen. I'm listening to the host, and then the questions come in, and he's right. It's one right after the other because they're trying to get as many in the time that they have. And, you know, like I told you, Keith, they told me, you know, 5 years ago, you're professional. Your setup looks good. You sound good. You're articulate. All those things. So, you know, it's a welcome opportunity. And think about it, Keith, it's almost 5 hours of national airtime on TV. You're right. It's time to make a resume out of this. I mean, I've got real stuff that probably, you know, could be used any number of places. And you know, C-SPAN is a worldwide entity. So I feel really blessed. You know, I both know that some days are harder than others, and you're trying to get stuff done, and you're trying to, you know, do things. But, you know, going into year 10, I mean, you know, people are, there's the big awards thing out right now. I'm not part of it. And, you know, I kind of missed it. We didn't really like focus a whole lot on it, but I'll take this over an award any day of the week. I'll take this over and over.
Yeah, you know, and you know, like I said, Travis, number 5, this isn't like we said, this ain't a fluke no more. This is not a fluke. This is where we say Travis now is a Memorial Day regular on C-SPAN. He's a Memorial Day regular. We can say that, and people can say whatever they want. The numbers are there. You don't get on C-SPAN for a 5th time to speak live on Washington Journal. And, you know, I made sure I made up a nice banner, and I'm sharing that banner everywhere. Big kudos to Travis, because, you know, this is big. This is the type of thing that you're really making a name for yourself. And, you know, C-SPAN, you're on C-SPAN. They see you on C-SPAN. Veterans are watching on this day, Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and in November. And Travis, this is one of these things that you're going to become even more known, because there's going to be people who remember you, and this is the reason why you get the people you get on your show. This is why.
Well,
this
we
is
haven't,
exactly why.
we, you know, for a lot of reasons, we haven't really we've been trying to refine our craft, but, you know, I think Clarence kind of, you know, kicked off a internal avalanche with me. Like, you know, okay, if he sees me as an op-ed, I need to be in that op-ed space. And I'm starting to find out what it takes to be an op-ed. And I'm like, okay. And to your point, no other podcasters in that role. You could say Turtle Boy was to a point, but Turtle Boy doesn't really in this kind of space. You know, you could say that you know, Dave Portnoy did it with sports, with Barstool Sports to a certain degree, right?
Right.
But no one's doing it now, especially in the veteran space. No one's doing this. Yeah, they're going to award stuff. They're going to conferences and stuff like that. But I tell people, TV is a whole different ball of wax. It's one thing when you're with your buds in the living room and you're, you know, jamming around a laptop or in a little studio downstairs. It's one thing when you're doing your StreamYard or your Restream or whatever, your OneStream. But when you're doing live TV, it's the load is different. The load is different, and I've met it now 5 times, and I've done the show with Kevin Touch at, you know, Abington Camp for Abington Veterans Muster, and I'll tell you right now. I mean, I would tell Kevin this. You know, that experience has done me well. So it's just a really super exciting time. I think the thing is that what we've done works. We've proven it. And yeah, man, I think it's time now to sit there and say, you know what, how do we go next level?
And here's one of the things I got to say, because I hate this right now. I see a lot of people out here with podcast shows. They got the numbers, and they've spent all of this insane amount of money in studio space, equipment, and this. Travis is sitting here with a microphone that he won at an awards show. A Shure M7 that he won, that at first he was kind of like, damn, I didn't win the award, but I won a mic. And then it was a few weeks after that, C-SPAN.
Yeah.
And I sit here, I pay my $60 a month for Adobe, and I create all of his backgrounds. We create the overlays. We create all of our stuff. We're not sitting here spending tens and thousands of dollars. We got our sound dialed in. Everybody's got their sound dialed in. I got to ask you, too, you did your video this week. You were outside. What did you use for your mic outside? Did you change
I got
your mic?
this little... Yeah, I did. I got this kit from Amazon. I'm not sure if I like it.
I loved it. The sound on my end, when I produced it, I was like, holy shit, what did he get? And I'm like,
It's one of those Bluetooth mic systems. It was about $47 off Amazon. I'm like, I'm going to try this out because I'm trying to get more mobile. And it took me, post-production, it took me some time getting used to it because I'm like, wow, it's different. Like that's my voice. That is my voice.
The bass was crazy. Yeah, the bass was real
the
good.
bass was like. So you know, and you know me. I like doing stuff like that to kind of get myself out of my comfort zone and see what I can do, because I think one of the things that you and I both do very well is, yeah, we can sit in the studio and talk to somebody, but we can also sit up in a parking lot, in a coffee shop, or in a hotel room with, you know, somebody, or in a hotel space, and record too and get great sound and video. And, you know, I'm always been like, hey, you know what? Marines can fight any climb, any place, right? Well, I should be able to put all my stuff in a case and take it and record anywhere, anytime. So yeah, I played around with it, and it came out good. It was the first time I hadn't used my Zoom in a while to record outside. And it's just amazing how small everything's gotten.
Yeah, it's crazy, but the sound is crazy. That show actually airs Thursday night at 8. We just processed that show. Check it out, people. The sound was the first thing I noticed. I have an ear. I produce. So I was like, oh, shit, I think he got a new mic. I got to ask him, because the sound was crazy good outside. It didn't.
That's mine.
And it captured your voice. It didn't pick up any of the background noise. Which
no, I didn't have to run a noise filter on. None of the usual tricks that I do to get the noise out. I'm like, okay, I could get used to this.
Yeah, that's a good mic, and you heard it, people. $47. Okay, you don't have to go out and buy.
Saying, Keith? It's how you use the tool versus with the tool itself, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And sometimes with people, it's just a status thing. I hate to say it. You see it on Facebook. It's a status thing. I see all these people with their podcasts, and I see all this unnecessary crap in the shots, and I'm like, okay, but your show is still garbage.
How much time do we have left, Keith?
So, oh man, we get ready to get out of here. It's already 7:48. We blew through. So, Travis, tell them how they can watch you.
You got 2 minutes? You got 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
You want a surprise?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it here first on your show.
Okay.
So you know that almost 5 years ago I ruptured my quadricep tendon. Snapped in two, and it's been a long road back, right? And we're now starting to see all the hard work pay off. And I've really been emphatically encouraged to write about it. And I was having some blocks because it was just like that part of my life was bad. I mean, really bad. It for a long time too. And Scott Husting, who I met, I've known him for a little while, but we met with each other in Arlington for Military Creator Con with his partner Danielle Rocco, is like, just write it and do it, or do something to get the words out. So I'm going to announce it here first. You're the first person to know about this. In June, I'm starting a new podcast about my rupture story and how I came back. And then I'm going to turn that into a book.
I've been saying this.
It's happening. We're doing it in June because that's the month that I did this. Same kind of format as Oscar Mike Radio, but the idea is that because with all the tools now, get the word count down, and then take that and make it into a book. So you have the podcast, the book, and eventually guests to talk about their, recovery stories. Something completely different than Oscar Mike Radio. But if we did it once with Oscar Mike Radio, Keith, could we do it again?
So here's the thing. Oscar Mike has its format. Now you're talking about that rehab side of injuries for veterans, but also I already know you have that story of navigating the VA red tape also on this whole, people get ready. This is going to be, I had said this. I was like, dude, you need to capture this stuff that you're doing, but a
lot of people did.
Yeah, you weren't ready, and that it's like, when it comes time, Travis will do what he needs to do, and I'm happy to hear that. Because that 500 episodes being on C-SPAN is an achievement. But the fact that you came back and then you went right back into snatch and jerk lifting is just competitive, is just insane, and winning awards. Jill St. Jacques is in the chat. Jill, what's going on? Thank you for supporting the booth and Travis, and teaching Travis and getting him to inspire to do crochet.
Yep. Almost 10 years doing that.
So,
all right.
Good stuff. Good. Oh, I'm freaking ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about that. Oh man. So we're at 7:51, and I got topics. I'm gonna have to blow through them in a little bit, and I'm actually gonna have to save the video for the end. But again, this is gonna be Saturday morning, 8 o'clock to 8:45, right?
Yeah, and we'll have the links on and everything that we usually do. But yeah, if you go on C-SPAN, I'll be there live.
Oh, man. And what happens is, two people, they did something different this last time when Travis was on. So be ready. They had two separate lines. They had one for veterans, and then they had a line for family member or veterans in the public. So make sure you pay attention and use the correct line when you call in. Because I believe last time he was on, Robert Resnick, actually, the Colonel actually called in to C-SPAN and gave you your kudos, which was pretty crazy to get a guy like him on, a JAG officer. So
absolutely,
great stuff. I'm pretty ecstatic. I'll be watching. I got to tell people, I feel like it's better to watch it online through the C-SPAN site. You can watch it on C-SPAN TV, but I felt like watching it on the C-SPAN site was better. So I liked it there.
Man, all my old conversations are still there. I can't believe it. I mean, all four of them are still, you can still roll up and watch them. So,
and like I said, your last one was a tough one, so I'm expecting even tougher now. So I have all the faith in the world with you, Travis. that you're gonna kill it. I just have all the faith in the world. And one of the things I got to talk about real quick with podcasting before I get into my topics is that I'm wearing a shirt that celebrates the Godzilla anniversary with Godzilla from every era.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I'm wearing this is not because, yes, the new Godzilla movie comes out in November, Godzilla -0, and the trailer was absolutely crazy. The reason is that Toho originally had sent me the trailer because I subscribed. I put the trailer up on this show when it was released, and guess what happened? The bots locked it down, and it shut that podcast down. So, of course, I had to go and submit the usual stupid-ass thing. Toho sent me a thing today, and they released the show and says that I have permission to utilize their content. So, I can add Toho films now to WWE, NBC, F1, because people, one of the things that me and Travis do are the little things that people don't get. I've created this disclaimer that appears at the beginning of every show and tells people that, hey, the content that we use and stuff is property of this, property of that, and this. I put all that legal jargon in there that covers us on our shows when we do this. It's the little things like that things like C-SPAN know this and other people know this, that say, hey, these guys are doing it right. Because I see a lot of people that do podcasts and they put this stupid-ass tag and says, I don't own any rights to the videos of music in this podcast. That doesn't protect you. Stop doing that. Really, stop doing that. That doesn't help you out. Let me just put this right here.
Stop doing that! Stop!
Stop doing that. That doesn't protect you legally because you just put it up and said, no, you have to have a legal disclaimer. And the funny thing is me and Travis are both part of Podcast Nation and stuff, and I've offered, it only takes me 30 minutes, not even, to make a disclaimer for somebody for their podcast so they don't get in trouble. And I hate to say this, but I signed up for Revoicer, Travis, Revoicer AI, and the reason why I signed up for Revoicer AI is one reason, and because I hate AI, but I feel like for certain tools, I can utilize that. So for me, I use Revoicer AI for things like the fair use disclaimer, those type of things, warning, scenes, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to use AI for that all day because you can't always get somebody's voice. Somebody doesn't want to hear my voice or your voice all the time on everything. So I said, you know what? For little disclaimers and little things like that, I accept AI. I'll utilize that for that. I'm not going to do it for all this other crap, but I'll utilize it for that. I feel like those are the type of things that you should be using it for. And I get it. Somebody's going to say, well, you're taking away from voice actors. But I'm like, not really, because it's just those type of things are 7 to 10 seconds. A lot of voice actors aren't coming in here for 7 or 10 second clips, to be honest.
No.
They're going to want something worth their time. So I feel like AI right there is a good tool for that. So Travis's fair use disclaimer for his show, I use Revoicer on for his one. So I get it. It's a good tool, but man, great stuff, Travis. That's freaking
good stuff.
Awesome. So you want to hang on while I blow out these topics real quick?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to blow through these topics real quick. So in the news booth, as you guys see right there down below, Washington Journal, May 23rd, C-SPAN, Travis is going to be on. And, what's the update for the 500th episode celebration? Real quick.
I don't have one.
Oh!
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
We got 8 shows to go, man.
I know.
All right, we'll get with that one. That's going to be an off-air conversation. Also in the news booth, that's a big congrats to them. Actually, I only made that the only thing in the news booth today. In the news booth, we got to also congratulate Brockton High School. They have a drone team at Brockton High now, and they are on their way to nationals at the end of this month for drones. So they're in a competition where they design and build their drones, and then they go off to this competition. They've made it to national. So I got to find out when, because if the public can go, I want to be there. I want to go and I want to check it out. So big ups to Brockton High's drone team. In the entertainment booth, if you guys didn't hear the big news today, Sony has acquired the rights to the Peanuts. Charlie Brown. Sony is now the owner of the Peanuts franchise. So we're probably going to get to see Peanuts Charlie Brown back on the big screen. Back on the big screen. So that's pretty big entertainment news. Also in the entertainment booth, Spider Noir debuts on May 27th on Amazon Prime. Nicolas Cage is the Spider-Man in this series. I can't wait to see it. I'm ready to go. And in the sports booth, I got to give a big ups. Me and Travis giving the big ups to MattieC for completing the Rhode Island half marathon this past weekend. You guys see the picture there with Sadie. 2:15:48 was his time. He hurt his ankle. He was a little bummed out, and I said to him, "Hey, you finished." And that's really all that matters. If you finished, you hurt your ankle, you toughened up, you made it through, you finished. So big congrats to MattieC. At the end of the show, I'm going to show you guys NFL schedule release was this week. So this new thing now is when they release their schedules for every NFL team, they all have these videos, these funny videos, cute videos, whatever. The Chargers take the cake this year. The Chargers schedule release is themed on the Halo video game with a ton of Easter eggs like there are in the game. So like when they get to the schedule and they're playing the Baltimore Ravens, it's a thing that says pass your physical not passed. That's a shot because they had the trade with Baltimore that didn't go down because he couldn't pass his physical. So they have that. The Patriots is savage. When they get to the Patriots, it's a Tunnel of Love, a ride at an amusement park, and then that would be Mike Vrabel and Rossini, and it says, it goes black when it goes to the tunnel. It says, nothing to see here. Patriots, weak hours like that, savage. So pay attention to all the stuff. It's great stuff. Also, Netflix. I have a love-hate relationship with Netflix. Netflix has locked down 5 weeks of NFL football. They've got the Melbourne game. They've got a Christmas game, Christmas Day game, Thanksgiving Eve game. Week 18, I think they have the entire slate of Week 18 games. And then I forget what the 5th game is. But they've got 5 weeks of NFL on Netflix. This isn't going anywhere, people. Your sports are headed to all these streaming sites. It's going to change sports as we know it. In the legal booth, if you guys saw today, the FBI has indicted James Comey over the seashell post that he put up there saying that that's a direct threat to the president. So they've indicted him. James Comey is saying that he has complete faith in the judicial system after this indictment. So we'll see what happens there. And then in the Trump troubles segment, Trump today lost a big one. 4 GOP members flipped to limit the President Trump's war powers by the Senate. This is a big one. This is breaking news. So I'm expecting to have some crazy tweets from him in 5, 4, 3, because he's probably going to blast the 4 GOP members that flipped on him. That will now limit those powers. It's going to get real interesting because if they limit the powers, that means they call the shots on what's going to happen with the straight and all of this other stuff over there. So pay attention, people. Get your info. Travis is on C-SPAN. I tell everybody, there's too much misinformation and shitty news out there. Watch C-SPAN. I watch the Senate and congressional hearings right on C-SPAN. You get everything right from the horse's mouth. There's no spin. You're hearing these people say whatever. You could be Republican or Democrat, but people say stupid stuff, but it's coming right from their mouths, so pay attention. and you need this because I got to mention something real quick. I've got people who are Trump supporters, and they're sharing items from this website called America's Last Line of Defense. And people are sharing the stories posted on this site as if because they believe that these stories are all real. People, America's Last Line of Defense site is like The Onion. It's a satirical site. The stories are all fake. If you go back in 2024 on their page and look at the owner of the page, he says exactly who his demographic is, who he's targeting, and he says they were an easy target to make money for him. All of the stories in there about says that they're fake stories. They're not to be taken seriously. It's all satire. But there's so many people, Travis, out here who don't read, who don't look, and they're sharing these dangerous stories that are not true. And one of the things you and I have always talked about from day one is know your sources, follow up, and this is why you get things like you just did. You were just in Maine for this event for JJ. Real quick, talk about that before we get out of here.
Yeah, Vermont U.S. National Guard veteran got out of the military and then became a corrections officer, was receiving VA care for depression and PTSD. The VA changed his meds in January, and in February, he called the 988 crisis line saying, hey, I'm hearing voices, and these voices are telling me to hurt myself and hurt other people. The crisis line gets a hold of Vermont State Troopers. They talk JJ into turning himself in. He turned himself in, surrendered his firearm. They got him back into VA care. 3 days later, he gets charged with domestic terrorism because the prosecutor, Farzana Levia, she wanted his domicile searched. They found his VA journals, and they believe what was in those journals amounted to domestic terrorism. Not understanding that, even me, when I went through my quadristep thing, I was told to keep a journal. It's one of the things they have you do, and when you're in VA care, is they want you to journal and then talk about it with your care provider. And it's not a small thing. It's not like, hey, probation or whatever. He's looking at 20 years if this goes through. And the thing is, his aunt, his sister, and his cousin reached out to me via email. And I'm like, wait a minute, no priors, no misdemeanors, no parking tickets, no felony convictions, not on any terrorist watch list, a model citizen in his community, a corrections officer, so he had to pass a background check, is now facing this. And there's very little leniency from the prosecution on this. And he's not going to take a plea deal. He wants to clear his name and live his life. And I can't go into a lot of what he said, Keith, for obvious reasons, but one thing I can share with people, I said, you've got to be super just frustrated right now. And he said, this is just a hard time for me, but you know what? If I go through this and no other veteran does because I went through it, then it's worth it. And I'm like blown away. I mean, most people be complaining and poor me, poor me. He's like, I got to go through this. And if I do, maybe some other veteran won't. And I think that'll tell you what kind of guy we're dealing with here. And it's starting to get some national attention, starting to get amplified, that it appears like there's just a miscarriage of justice here. Because he didn't hurt anybody. He didn't hurt himself. He's still here in a way. The 988 crisis line, the Vermont State Trooper, and VA care worked. And he's still here right now. Like, I hugged a man Saturday night, and it could have been the other way.
Correct.
And if this goes through, you're going to have veterans, and there's no way I can sit there as a veteran advocate and tell you, oh yeah, keep a journal. That's a good idea. There's no way I will ever do that. And I'll have an even harder time telling you to call the 988 crisis line if you call that crisis line and wind up going to jail for 20 years for a terrorism charge. And someone's like, well, this is just for Vermont. It won't go to other states. Are you kidding me? Once some other prosecutor gets an idea they can do this, somebody else is going to try the same thing with some other veteran. So it gets me fired up. It gets me engaged. And, I think we've talked this before, this is the reason why Oscar Mike Radio is still here. And so I hope to do what I can to help this family out. He's a good guy.
Great stuff. And I'm glad because I wanted to get that in there. So let me get to my outro banners here. And as I said, I'm going to show you guys the video to close out the show. But those are the outro banners. You guys see Travis up there with his beanie on. Again, the beanies are sold out. I got to get my ass in gear. Those are the shows I produce. Oscar Mike Radio right there, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock. Drafting the Circuits tomorrow night. MattieC Sports on Sundays. We will be doing Turnbuckles and Split Like a Podcast is tomorrow night. There's Tamisha Civil's campaign kickoff May 21st. May 22nd. Here in Brockton, comedian Miss Laddie will be in town. The Comedy Corner, She Got Jokes. There is a memorial ride for Ethan Barnes taking place on May 24th. Meeting at 1:30 at New Bedford High School. Kickstands up at 2 p.m. Also, Tony Rodriguez, who's now running for state rep representing wards 4, 5, and 6. His campaign kickoff is May 28th at Tambu Bistro. I also just received one that's coming up in June, we'll mention, but Saturday, May 30th, Method Man, Red Man, The Locks, and State Property. There will be a LGBTQIA flag raising ceremony at City Hall on June 1st. Bat Bus is free till June. I'm pretty sure it's going to get extended. They want free service across the country, so people get ready for that. Moses Rodriguez, he's holding a community meet and greet on Saturday, June 6th, 7 to midnight. I wish I could be there, but I'm DJing at Fort Devens. There's Michelle Dubois. Hers takes place on Tuesday, June 9th, 5 to 8 at the VFW on North Quincy Street. Family Fun with Music, Thursdays, 3:30 to 4:30. That's going to be ending as of June 25th. Brockton Middle School Football. Sign up now, bpsma.org for middle school football. You can scan that right there. And then the Boston Brothers Foundation, their motorcycle car ride takes place on July 25th. And then my ride is August 1st. Slingshot for Shriners, rain date August 8th. That's a big ride, so get ready for that. Broken Chains Biker Church, 3rd annual car show. That takes place August 22nd. That is going to be in Taunton, Mass. That is a great event. And then the Boston Pizza Festival is coming again, September 19th to the 20th. That event takes place at Boston City Hall. All of the pizza places in the state of Massachusetts kind of show up for that, and you can sample all types of pizza. Brockton Arts Paint Nights, every last Saturday, I think that said. And then Brockton's Magic Moment, they're trying to send the family to Disney. There is a final fundraising run. And then that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get ready to get out of here. Like I said, I'm going to show this clip. But Travis, I'm going to let you get your social media out and say some last things.
Hey, the next 10 years is going to be pretty exciting. So I saddle up, Keith, saddle up. And you can find me at OscarMikeRadio.com or Oscar Mike Radio on socials. And I look forward to hearing from you. And like I say, we are a mission in flight.
And you know something, I hate to say this, but I don't think we're going to make it to 10 years, Travis, because I feel like there is going to come a time where I'm going to get that call or that email from Travis, and it's going to be like when the youngling or the Padawan is going off on their own, and I think Travis is on the way to his own gig at a network. I don't know which one, but I think within the next, I'm going to say 5 years. I'm going to say within the next 5 years, I think Travis is going to get this call to try out, and I think you'll be moving on. I think you're well worth a network seat, and I think it's coming. That's my belief. I think it's coming. I think it's definitely coming, man. And I think it's within 5 years.
Like I said, after meeting Clarence and then today, it's like, wait a minute, there's too many people saying the same thing. It's time to act on it and really believe it. So we'll see what happens, man. But I hope you're riding shotgun the whole way, at the very least.
Good stuff. And what we're going to do here, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to show you guys the scheduled release for the Chargers. People, it's funny stuff. Please don't just watch. You gotta pay attention. If me and Travis are video gamers, Halo has a lot of visual stuff in it, from the text messaging, and you really got to pay attention, people, because there's so much stuff in this. They did a great job with this. So here we go. And then after that, SpongeBob, you'll be taking us home. So here we go. Here's the Chargers with the Halo-themed Savage Easter egg. Oh! Hold on. Before I get out of here, before I play this, people, I got to say something to people. This week, the Mandalorian movie comes out. Early release on the 21st. And I got to mention this because I kind of was waiting to see what was going to happen with this, but I can't now. I got to let it go. I placed an order back in the second week of April on the Neo Sabers website. The Neo Sabers website really promoted all this stuff about getting lightsabers. And I had called Travis and said to Travis, hey, if I was to ever get lightsabers, I'd like to do a workout program to kind of drop some weight and do whatever. Ordered these lightsabers, Mandalorian lightsabers, so they would be here in time for May the 4th, be with you. And I got an email saying, hey, they're going to be there in 3 days. They'll be there on April 28th. Well, guess what? They didn't show up. The lightsabers never showed up. Then the tracking number says they went from California or Illinois, they went all the way to China. And then they got held in China in customs. Then were released. Now, by the time they were released from China, May 4th had already passed, so I couldn't bring them to the Star Wars Trivia Night. So that messed me up there. So I sent them a really nasty email. And they said this. But guess what this happens, Travis? First of all, they said, well, yeah, it did. Your item got shipped from China. I says, wait a minute. Well, first of all, on your website, when we ordered these, one of the things you had a choice of is ordering from U.S. stock or China stock, so your item would get there. So I says, okay, well, first of all, I picked U.S. stock. I picked an item that was here in this country. So now you're lying to me. So then they tell me, okay, we're going to give you a new tracking number. They give me a new tracking number. That tracking number is dead. Doesn't work. Then they send me another email full of bullshit. And it ends up being a lie. And now it's to the point where I still don't have these lightsabers, Travis. And now I'm in many groups, and this seems like to be a growing trend because it's not just me. There's a lot of people out here who have not gotten their lightsabers from neosabers.com. So if you guys are seeing your Facebook timeline flooded with lightsabers for Mandalorian, it's all bullshit. I'm still waiting. And I ordered 2 weeks into April, and I haven't gotten shit yet. So, Neo Sabers, you suck. And I'm just going to say that with you right now. You guys suck. And you know what?
Sit down.
Sit down, because your promises ain't shit either.
Customer's always right.
I was pissed. So, hey, we're going to get out of here. Here's that trailer for the Chargers Easter egg ridden video, and then SpongeBob will take us home. Take care, everybody. Here we go.
Week 1 versus the Cardinals. Grapple Jack. Clipped wings. Week 2 versus the Raiders.
Folks ain't gonna keep being patient with you. That playful,
person that the Buffalo City by storm in his first interview, and he sat down and was like, yeah, I love cookies, and he had the whole, all that was all cool, but we give that grace to young players. Big dog, you supposed to be our number one.
Come on.
And you're playing like a bum.
Bet you better catch that.
I bet you better start doing your job.
Week 4 at the Seahawks. Dangerous. Beast Mode. Legion of Boom. Emerald City Route Artist. Week 5 versus the Broncos.
You were the underdogs. What did this team show against a really difficult team?
That we're the overdogs.
Overkill. Week 6 at the Chiefs. Week 8 at the Rams.
Hey, bro, don't live stream.
What? I'm not.
What do you mean you're not? I'm looking at it.
I know, but it's not of everybody.
Ain't nobody but you on the camera, bro.
That's what y'all want. That's what y'all want.
Week 9 versus the Texans.
Houston 19, Chicago 13.
Hey, good job out there, bro.
Yeah,
hey,
keep going.
Stop taking those hits.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, learn, look, come here. Learn from those mistakes, and everything that you got, bro, is in you already, bro. You're gonna be a hell of a player in this league.
Yep.
All right, boy. Appreciate it. For sure.
Week 10 at the Ravens. Pass the physical. Week 11 versus the Jets. Record 1 interception.
That one, my goodness, nearly picked.
It is almost picked. Week 12 versus the Patriots. Conquer the cupcakes. Week 13 at the Buccaneers. Fool the system. Week 14 at the Raiders. Week 15 versus the 49ers. Survive one practice. Week 16 at the Dolphins. Cap casualty. Sunk cost. Liquidated asset. Week 17 versus the Chiefs. Conceal the truth. Week 18 at the Broncos. Finish the fight.
mean, we keeping the bulk right now, we ass.
See you at SoFi.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinista1 production hosted by Sinista1.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, keep this shit on repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, it's like I'm my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.